In today's video, we are doing the second stage of my massive household declutter. Come with me. Right now we are in lockdown. I am in self-quarantine and can't leave the house, but rather than seeing this as a time of solitude and desperation, I have turned this into, honestly, the most amazing period. I am going through and completely decluttering my entire house, and I've got to say it is so therapeutic. Today is the second episode in my decluttering series. Yesterday we went through and did the hanging items in the master wardrobe, and today we are tackling the shelves, drawers and everything that's sitting on the floor. What I'm going to do to start work is I'm going to pull everything out and I'm going to put it on the bed, and we'll see just how much stuff we're dealing with. So this is the pile of clothing that we are dealing with today. I've got to say, it's not nearly as bad as yesterday, but there's still quite a lot here. Admittedly, it always looks worse when it's all jumbled up like this rather than being neatly and tidily folded, but let's see how much of this we can rationalise. So if you watched yesterday's video, you will know what I'm about to do next. If you haven't seen that one and are keen to follow along this Organise With Me series, I have linked that first video down below. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to go through and sort all of this into categories. I'm going to put all the underwear together, all the socks, all the short sleeve tops, the long sleeve tops, the bikinis and swimwear, and so on and so forth. Categorizing makes this a lot easier because what it enables you to do is see exactly how much you've got in each category, which makes it easier to then decide what you're keeping and what you're going to get rid of. So let's go categorize. Right, all my categorization is now done, and it is really interesting to see which categories have a lot of items in them. I seem to have a huge number of socks, and I know that in that sock pile there will be single socks that have no partner. I've also got a lot of swimwear. I think what I've been doing is when I have been going up to Bali to escape the New Zealand winter, I have been buying inexpensive bikinis, and my bikini collection has grown to well in excess of what it really needs to be. So what we're now going to do is go through each category individually, decide what you're going to keep and decide what you're going to give away. Now, I am going to get rid of anything that doesn't fit, that I'm not using, that is worn or torn or past its best. And I'm going to keep ultimately those things that really bring me joy. If you have watched Marie Kondo, you will see that she makes a distinction. She decides not what she's going to get rid of, but what she's going to keep. So we're going to do a little bit of KonMari in this process. Let's get started. Sort is done, and I've got to say the amount of stuff that I've got here is not looking so bad now that it's neatly folded and organized. So that is one thing that I decided to do as I was sorting. I have folded everything using the KonMari method, and I have tucked it all away in the baskets that I keep these items in when they are in the wardrobe. So let me show you what I've got left. So this is all I have left, which I actually think is pretty good. So we have baskets for everything, separate baskets for underwear and socks. I got rid of a lot of socks. I don't know where my socks have gone to, but I had a lot of odds and sods, quite a few with holes in them and some that just didn't fit properly. We have short-sleeved and tank tops. We have my winter merino collection. Fair to say, I thought that I was going to need to buy more merino, but now that I can see it all together, I can absolutely tell you that I do not need more. We have some sleepwear, scarves, random shoe, and over here is swimwear, which I am going to tuck away somewhere else because it is no longer summer. So what I'm off to do now is go and find the rest of the baskets that live in this wardrobe. There were 6 baskets in here, and I've got absolutely no idea where the other 2 have gone. So I'm going to go and do some hunting, and I'll see you back here, and we're going to pop these things back into the wardrobe. Let's go and show you what it looks like. Before I do this, I will remind you this still doesn't quite look perfect. I've got some other categories of clothing, well, it's actually not even clothing, there's some other categories of things which are still in this wardrobe, namely linen and a few other things that I've just been storing in here. So let's go and see how it looks. What an improvement. One nice neat row of baskets with one missing, unfortunately. I've got a black one lurking somewhere, I just don't know where it is. So what I've done is just popped the white ones in here for the time being and popped a few things just on the floor in the cubby hole there until such times as I can find the last basket. So there we have it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's declutter with me. I hope it's given you something to do during the lockdown, and I hope it's given you a sense of satisfaction. It is really good to be able to dig into these areas which have been quite chaotic in the house and whip them into shape. I hope you've had a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.